So I think previous class, right? So we started discussing with what is the difference between final, finally, and finalize, right? So I think already we discussed what is final, okay? So, and after that, already I think we completed finally also, right? So now we need to discuss what, guys? Finalize, right? Finalize we need to discuss, right? Now, I think we are started discussing with finalize, right? So now, mm, yeah, finalize. So let's suppose in our application, right? In any Java application, if you implement, so what we will create, guys? Finally, we will create objects, right? So because Java means what we are going to dealing with objects, right? So for application, so definitely we will create okay large number of required objects. So where it will store all the required objects, I mean all the created Java objects, definitely it will store in heap memory, right? So now so in the heap memory, Java objects will be stored. So like, so here see, let's suppose I have a class called student. Okay. So now I want to insert student records into where, student details into where, database, right? So for that, what I have to do, I have to create student object. Am I right or wrong? The student object contains what? All the student details like student number, student name, marks, okay, student subject, etc., etc. Right? So now finally, if you create that object of the student, so definitely student object contains what? All the student details. Right. So now I want to insert the student object to him where guys in the database. Right. So now further definitely I have to create one student object. Okay, so that's what I created one student object like student s is equal to new student. Now this object, okay, which is here s is what? Reference variable, instance variable, right? So now this instance reference variable or reference variable. So this is what pointing to that object, right? So which is created in where? Heap memory. Okay, so now by using this object reference variable, I can modify the data in that object, right? I can change the data into the object and I can access the functionalities which are required in that object. Am I right or wrong? Okay, if I want, I can access a reference variable, I mean instance variable. If I want, I can access, okay, methods in that object, right? So by using what? That reference variable. So now this object will become what, guys? Active object, because this object contains what? Reference variable. Okay. So now this object is what, guys? Active object. Now, this is what, guys? Heap area. In the heap area, we have what? Different objects. Like that, we have different objects. Okay. So now this heap area what? Full of Java objects. Right? So like these, we have different objects, guys. Fine. Now I created what? One object. Which object this is? Student. Okay. Student s is equal to like new student I created. Okay. Let's assume, guys. So now here what? Yes, sir. Okay. So now let's suppose this is student object. The student object where it is created? Heap memory. Right? Fine. So now this reference variable, this object, right? So this S. Okay. What is the reference variable of this object, guys? S. So now this object, I mean, what kind of object it is? Active object. Active object, right? So now this is what active object. Why it is active object? It has reference variable, right? So by using that reference variable, so we can do, okay, we can access or we can call the methods and we can access the variables. And if you want, you can modify the, okay, something, right? Variables, data, or something you can modify by using that reference variable. So that's why this object will become what, guys? Active object, right? So now somehow, okay, after some time, I'm going to make s is equal to null. Okay, so now see here, reference variable as, now we are pointing to, I mean, which value we are assigning for this reference variable as? null. Okay. So now no need to put student, right? S is equal to null. Now this reference variable S is equal to null means what? Now this reference variable is not pointing to the object. Okay. Am I clear, everyone? Earlier, S is pointing to the object. So now I am assigning null reference to whom, guys? Variable S, right? So now S reference variable is not pointing to any object. It is not representing to any object, right? So now this object will become what, guys? Now we
Released.
have any reference variable for this object? We don't have any reference variable. Now this object will become what? Inactive object.
Inactive object.
Okay, inactive object. Okay. So now heap memory contains what kind of objects now? Both active objects also we can contain, and as well as inactive objects also we can contain, right? So now if the heap memory has full of inactive objects, okay, what happened after some time? We may end up with out of memory errors. Okay. So there might be a okay, there might be a problem with what creating new object because there is no memory in the heap. If you are not having enough memory, how can we create object in the heap memory? We cannot create. Am I right or wrong? So that's what, okay, you will see out of memory error. Okay, so that time what we have to do? We have to communicate with the system. See here, error. So that's what error. Already we discussed, right? So when the exceptions will come, when the errors will come, already we discussed. So what is the root cause of raising exceptions? What are the root cause of raising errors? Already we discussed. Okay, I need you to look back, guys. Okay, so now if you again revise the back things, okay, our class will go on. Okay, so that's what I don't want to discuss anything. Okay, please revise the concepts. Okay, fine. So now fine. So now here what, guys? You will see what? Errors. Out of memory error. Here what? Error. Error means what? Not recoverable. Right? So as a programmer, we cannot do anything in that because errors always what? Related to the system resources. Right? Lack of system resources. So who has to fix those? Either system admin or server admin. Okay? So they have to do something here to solve that issue. So now here what heap memory? If you see the heap memory, we need to contact with the server admin or system admin. Hey boss, please, would you please increase heap memory size? Because my application is not running. We are seeing what? Out of memory errors. Okay. So this is very, 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 very important error, guys. So always, sometimes, in the prod environment, okay. So generally we will see these kind of errors, out of memory errors. Why? Because of your application, I mean the code what you have written is not good. Okay, it will tell. See, because here what? So unnecessarily we should not create lot of objects, guys. Okay, so we have to create objects here. In Java means what? Object creation is costly operation. Already I told you. If you create object means what? Definitely we have to allocate some memory for that object in the heap. Am I right or wrong? Right. So and after that, while uh, okay, so no. So here even let's suppose, yes, if you have more objects, inactive objects, what we will see, guys, we will end up with out of memory error, right? So now, so for that, what actually we have? So we have a mechanism, guys. So now someone has to delete this inactive objects, right? If we have full of inactive objects, definitely we are facing some issue here, right? Out of memory error. So now here what? We need some assistant. Okay. So he has to clean what? All the inactive objects. Okay. So for that reason, JVM created one servant, guys. Like main thread, JVM created what, guys? One garbage collector thread. So what is the responsible for this garbage collector thread? Okay, it has to delete all the inactive objects which are available in heap memory. Understand? So what is the job of here garbage collector, guys? It has to delete all the inactive objects which is available in heap memory. Right. So now JVM created one garbage collector, and after that, what garbage collector is what, guys, here? Thread, right? So once it is created a thread, it start a thread. So now what is the responsibility of this garbage collector? It will monitor all the inactive objects which are available in heap memory. If any inactive object is available, then garbage collector will delete all the inactive object. Okay. Now, so when exactly the garbage collector will run means we don't know. It's varied based on JVM to JVM because it is part of JVM, guys. Okay. So now, so here, so actually, fine. So now the inactive objects will be deleted by whom? Garbage collector. Fine. So now here we have inactive objects, right? So now they are severing like anything. Because what? Garbage collector already started. Now it is coming to kill us. Understand? It is coming to kill us. So like that. Okay. So all the inactive objects will become shivering. Okay. So now, so let's suppose see if anything, let's suppose what do you call, guys, we have punishments, right? So okay, so let's suppose uri shiksha antar kada, and what do you call, hanging punishment or something. So now in that case what we will say, if you have any lost, what do you call, desire, okay, if you have any kind of desire, please let us know, right? We will fulfill that. Okay, am I right or wrong? So finally we will ask, right? So they will tell something and those people will fulfill that okay, requirement. So in the same way, now this object what is going to die, right? All the inactive objects are going to die. So who will kill? Garbage collector will kill. Okay, now garbage collector having what? Bit mercy, guys. It's not that much of crucial. Okay. So now garbage collector is asking. Okay. So now hey, inactive object, I'm going to kill you anyway, no doubt. Please let me know, okay, if you have anything you want me to do. Okay, it's a last chance. Please let me know if you want me to do anything, I will do for you. I will fulfill that. Okay, I will fulfill your wish. Please let me know what is your wish, last wish. Okay, so now garbage, I mean, this inactive object will tell, hey, garbage collector, so I am taking a lot of, okay, system resources. I'm engaging a lot of system resources. Would you please close it? So before deleting me, I mean, before killing me, okay, or before deleting me, would you please close, right? Would you please close the system resources what I'm engaging? Clear, everyone? Okay. Yes, boss. I can delete. You please tell me. So which method you want me to call? Understand? So for that reason, for between these two, there is a method called finalize method. Okay. So there is a what? Common method called finalize method. So now, if the finalize method, which is implemented, I mean the object, right? The in the, I mean the, what do you call, the inactive object in that object class. Okay. So now we need to implement what? Finalize method. So now garbage collector has to what? Delete all the things, right, which is engaging with that object, right? So in order to delete mean what? Garbage collector has to call one method. So which method it has to call? Understand? So for that reason, there is a method called, there is a fixed method called, fixed method name, guys. Finalize it what? Fixed method name. So right? So now there is a method name called finalize. So in that finalize method, okay, we are going to write what? All the cleanup activity related code. Right? Releasing resources back means what? Cleanup code, guys. What finally block is doing, right? In the same way. So now where we are keeping now that cleanup code under finalize method. Understand? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we are keeping all the cleanup code under finalize method. So now, hey boss, now we are asking, I mean that what do you call, inactive object asking garbage collector. Hey garbage collector, I'm putting all the cleanup code under finalize method. Okay, would you please call this finalize method before killing me? Okay, if you call this finalize method, the system resources what I'm engaging, all the system resources will be closed and I'm releasing back those system resources to the particular, okay, pools. So now those system resources, okay, will be the position to serve what other clients. Okay. So now, see, if you are not deleting means what will happen if you have any, if you are not releasing, if you are not releasing that code, otherwise, if you are not calling that cleanup code, if you are not releasing that resources, what we are using, what will happen? Already we discussed in the previous session, right? We may end up with what? Shortage of connections, right? While connecting database, while connecting networks. So these kind of issues we may see. Am I right or wrong? So definitely once the task is completed, what we have to do, guys, the system resources what we are using, we need to release back them to the particular source, right? So that those connections, those objects will be in the position to serve other clients. Okay. So now here object we are going to delete, right? So now object is saying I'm putting all the cleanup code under finalize method. Here garbage collector, can you please call me, okay, finalize method before deleting me or before killing me, right? So now garbage collector will call this finalize method and all the cleanup code logic will be performed. So if that object using any system resources, those resources will be released back to particular sources. Understand? So now once the finalize method will call, right, the garbage collector will call this finalize method, right? Once the finalize method execution is completed, the garbage collector delete all the inactive objects. To what? To maintain the memory in the heap memory management, for the sake of memory management. Clear, everyone? What is the use of finalize method here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
now
sir.
here finalize
Yes,
is
sir.
what, guys? Here finalize is what, guys? Method. So now, so what is the difference between the cleanup code what you put in finally block and the cleanup code what you put in finalize method here? Understand? The finalize method, the method which is available in object class, guys. Okay. Finalize method is what, guys? This method is available in object class. Already we know, right? We have a object class, right? So now object class, right? We have a method in object class, this finalize method. So now in the student class, I want to what? Implement finalize method. So I'm implementing finalize method in student class. So what kind of method it will become now? It will become what, guys? Override method, right? So in the object class also we have finalize method. Student class is what? Child class for object class. Now in the student class, I'm overriding what? Finalize method. Am I right or wrong? Come
Yes,
on.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now, so now, see here. So what is the difference between the cleanup code what you put in finally block and what we put in finalize block? But finally block also we are talking same, right? For what is the reason for we are using finally block? To clean up the code, right? But here finalize method also we are talking about what? Clean up the code. Then what is the reason? What is the reason they are putting two different approaches here to maintain cleanup code, right? So now, finally block cleanup code, right? So finally block cleanup code, the system resources what we are going to use under try block, right? So what are the system resources we are using under try block? Those system resources related cleanup code where we are putting, guys, finally block. Clear, everyone? Okay. So the try block, the system resources what we are engaging, those system resources, okay, we are closing where, guys? Under
Finally.
finally block. Okay. Now coming to object, inactive object. Okay, finalize method. Here in the object level, what are the system resources we are using? Understand? In the object level, what are the system resources we are using? So those system resources we need to close before deleting that particular object. Okay. So those system resources we are going to keep where, guys? Under finalize method. Clear, everyone? Okay, here finally block means only the system resources what we are using under try block, only those system resources we are closing where, guys? Under finally block. But here finalize method means what? In the object level, what are the system resources we are using? Right? Object level means what? So let's suppose student class we have. In the student class, let's suppose connection object we have. I can take connection object as an instance variable, right? Can I take or not? connection can is equal to new connection. Like that I can take. Okay. Or else in method level I can take. I can create few connections. Okay. So let's suppose while creating while executing constructor itself, I may create what? Few system resources. I may use few system resources. Here system resources means what? Connection pools, okay, database connection objects, network connection objects, etc., based on our requirement. Okay, and file output, output stream objects. Come on, understand? File input stream connection, output stream connections. Okay, so those objects where I can create object level in various area, right? In instance variable level, I can create, and method level, I can create. Okay, so in constructor level also, I can create. Am I right or wrong? So now, so those resources we need to release back. Understand? So these are the system resources I am using what in the object level, different levels. Now, before deleting that object, what I need to do? I need to release those system resources back to that particular source, right? So now that's what those kind of cleanup code, I mean those resources cleanup code where I need to put now under finalize method, right? Clear everyone? Did you get? So what is the difference between finally block cleanup code and finalize method cleanup code?
Yes, sir.
Tell me guys, everyone. Clear? Clear everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Fine.